Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew. But as you can tell from the title and thumbnail, this isn't like your standard video. This is the start of a brand new series I'm starting called Matthew Mumbles, a all-new rambling storytelling series starring me, Matthew, and pretty much this whole series is about me telling you guys a bit more about myself in terms of, some of my favorite moments in life. So this is going to be stories primarily focusing outside of the videos, not really in relation to YouTube. They can have a bit of relation, but I'm trying to tell stories that I haven't told before about myself, and so I want to make like a full series because, as we grow up, a lot of stuff in our lives has happened. So I want to kind of, bring in like an inside scoop of what really happens in my life, and a lot of it could be funny moments, it could be really interesting moments, it could be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened kind of moments. It could range, and there's so much to go over, and I really want to make this like a really cool little fun series that I can do. And I would make this like some sort of story time animated kind of thing, but I don't have the time or patience to do that. I mean, I most likely could pull it off, but with T.O.S.G and all my other projects, yeah, I'm just kind of stuck to rambling. Also, I don't know why my hair's like this. The back of my hair just kind of fans out, kind of pulls off to the side. I don't know why it does that, but I will say, man, I like this hairstyle a lot. I might actually try to keep this as my hairstyle, who knows. But, first a little introductory for those that somehow don't know who I am, like, I have 2,000 video, whatever. My name is Matthew, and, well, I'm going to be telling some of my life stories. So what's this first episode going to be about? Well, one of my favorite things that I've ever done, my first ever camp. Well, this was many years ago. I want to say roughly about 2015 or 16, my first ever camp in terms of like, you kind of get it, like my first ever Scouts camp, yes. So in Scouts, my first ever Scouts camp, it was a bit of a weird one because, we were supposed to obviously bring our own stuff, right? But we clearly didn't get the memo. We were supposed to bring our own dishes, so I had to write off others just to supply the dishes because they didn't buy any paper plates, which I was like, you guys can go to the dollar store and just buy them, whatever. But I mean, hey, that's that. But aside from that, it was a really good time. We were camping in like actual tents, and I was in a tent with, I don't want to say their name, and I'm going to use they, them pronouns just to respect privacy, obviously, but, they were really good to me. Granted, this was at the height of my big, phase, right when I was, like, being so obsessive over things. So, obviously, I would talk about that nonstop, and, they did say, like, something about, like, some sort of fidget toy that would help me. I don't think that was the fidget spinner, because that was before the fidget spinner. The fidget spinner wouldn't arrive onto the scene until, like, 2017, 18? Jeez, it's been a while since fidget spinners were the big craze. Anywho, we actually walked to the camp, we followed, like, a trail. We got to the camp, we set base with the others, we kind of talked, and then we set up the camp. And then tomorrow came, and this was like the big day where everybody was like, gathering up. Like, we were split into different groups, and luckily I was paired with my tent mate, like within the group. You know what I'm talking about. So like multiple groups. I was partnered with my tent mate, and we went scavenger. I think it was a scavenger hunt. Yeah, scavenger hunting. And so basically, we used like actual compasses. I don't think we used GPS. Yes, we basically just used like the oldest style technology possible. It's so primitive, yet it's so fun. I love it. But the camping story doesn't end there. We went on, I think we were searching for planets? Okay, hold up. We weren't searching for the actual planets. Hidden around the place were like, I think like little objects that had the sign of or label of a planet, like Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. And, intergalactic imagination was not inspired by that, mind you. It was just inspired by space and whatnot. So I guess inspired by, you kind of get that. So, just as we were trying to, find one of the planets, I decide, a lot of everyone's legs, because I guess I was paired with a bunch of people that don't have really good stamina. I mean, I don't have good stamina myself. They themselves were getting really tired, and it was just like, okay, you know what? How about this? We'll branch off, and then we'll take like a 15-minute rest, and then okay, now that I'm okay, I think some of them stayed, but some of us just kind of branched off. So I was one of the people that was branching off, so I decided to go back to my camp base, where I went in my tent, and then my intention was just to take a 15-minute sleep, that's it. 3 hours later, I come back, I wake up to the sight of my tent mate waking me up, telling me that I missed the whole thing. They found all the planets, there was like a big ceremony or something, and I kind of felt a little embarrassed. It's like, oh my gosh, I slept for that long, really? And then, at night, which we did stay up, it was like back when we were a bit younger, obviously. I mean, if you go back to my 2016 videos, you obviously can tell I'm way younger in those videos than I am now. But as that time went on, it was just like we were kind of picking off firewood and stuff, kind of shaving things. Because we were learning to use different tools and stuff. We were using them to learn axes and knives for cutting stuff. I know that might sound like a bit of an alarm bell, but truth be told, we were very skillful at it, and it pretty much was allowed. So, we used all these different tools. Granted, I did have a fear of fire, and I probably still do. I probably would not want to touch a flame anyway. But, when it was all said and done, that camp wraps it up, and, it was just a really nice, fun experience. So, I'm so grateful that I had that experience, to start with. So that kind of wraps up this episode of Matthew Mumbles. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, just telling my life story, my life stories and whatnot, kind of rambling, talking, and, maybe we could learn a few life lessons along the way too. Maybe whether it's about friendship, positivity, things like that, growing up, those sort of things. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel to make sure you never miss out on another episode of Matthew Mumbles or any type of other show I make again, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.